Welcome to RochesterFirst.com, everybody. I'm News 8 Chief Meteorologist Eric Snodel with your online web update of what is going to be a relatively busy overnight time frame. Right now, we are cloudy, dry, and cold across most of the Rochester metro area. Temperatures at this hour near the freezing mark. We got to get some moisture in here. This is where we start adding some spice to the forecast. Leading edge of a warm front is now plowing its way northward. I would put this pretty darn close to Erie, Pennsylvania, and you see the issue here. Borderline temperatures. So you've got rain closer to the lake, some snow is falling inland where the temperatures are a bit lower. That warm front then extends all the way westward toward Michigan. We're going to be watching this front. It's inevitable. It will end up lifting well north of the area. So eventually warm air is going to end up winning out, but it's that transition time as that front is lifting that we get that precip number one. And number two, there's just enough remnant cold air in here that you might get some wet snow mixing in once that comes through. 32 degrees, your number in Rochester, 30 Sodas, 31 in Penn Yan. Oddly enough, it is warmer off to our south here. It does not always work out that way. We're up to 37 in Dansville, and that to me would lend itself to more rain falling there than anything else. The timing of that precip coming in close to about midnight. Could be a little bit more like 11 p.m., especially western parts of the viewing area. And you see those temperatures, they're in the low to mid 30s. So we're right on that fence here. And our models are having a tough time with this. We've got multiple computer models that we can look at. I'll show you a couple of them. This one is suggesting most of this falls as rain at 35 degrees by about 12:30 in the morning. Our other model, even though it's about the same temperature, says no, we got some cold enough air aloft that this will be wet snow. Most likely outcome, it will be a mix. If you're along the lakeshore, you likely lean toward rain. If you're away from the lake in a higher elevation, you lean toward snow. Not that it makes that much of a difference. You're going to be sleeping through this, most of you. And number two, by tomorrow morning, that front is past. Temperatures are way too warm for anything that would be frozen or anything to stick on the ground if it would have done that anyway, which I doubt it does. We'll spend the first part of Wednesday dry. Rain set to return, though, by the afternoon. Once that starts, we're going to be looking at fairly widespread rain into Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. I would not use that same word for Thanksgiving. Widespread will not be appropriate. This is isolated to scattered into the day on Thursday, and we're really warm on Thanksgiving. I think we're at least in the middle and upper 50s. Some of you might briefly get to 60 degrees with rainfall chances kind of tapering off as the day goes on. Two waves of this over the next 48 hours. Again, tonight our overnight is wave one with that rain snow. We're dry through the first part of Wednesday. Wave number two, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night, and then we diminish and drop those rain chances going throughout the course of our Thanksgiving. Mostly dry, we think, Friday into the weekend too. Now we look ahead to next week, and by and large up to this point, that cold Canadian air has been bottled up in cold Canada. We're starting to see more evidence that this is going to start to change next week as we get a chunk of this that essentially gets pinched off. We call these upper level lows when that happen, and that can make for some really messy weather and difficult to forecast weather. But whenever you see this, you can usually lean colder and more active, and this time of year, that will likely give you at least some opportunity for some wintry weather. And, you know, again, we got that overnight tonight here, but it does not look like that big of a deal. 8-day forecast moving forward. We'll keep things mostly dry again beyond Thanksgiving. Black Friday looks mild, not quite warm, but mild, cloudy. You might even get some sunshine this weekend. It's been a while since we've been able to see that, and then we watch that active pattern into next week.